Hello, everybody. Lovely to see you once again. Welcome back to House of Games. What a lovely week we are having. Some great quizzing as well. Tomorrow, as you know, Friday, we're giving away the trophy. Today, we're going to give away another prize to one of these 4 players. They are Max George, Olly Smith, Scarlette Douglas, and Susie McCabe. Welcome back, everybody.
Good to be here.
Max. We know you've toured the world. We know you've played in front of billions of fans. Shall we take a little look at the leaderboard, though, and just chat about this for 1 second?
I'm glad you bigged me up before we did.
Yeah, exactly. Well, listen, OK. At the moment, you're at the bottom of it.
Yeah, I think I've been at the bottom since, well, pretty much since the first question on Monday.
Do you know what? I think the first question on Monday you got. On Monday, the first question on Monday, you were literally the leader. If there'd been a power cut after the first question on Monday, I'd be handing you that trophy.
I feel like rounds 1 and 2 sort of I do all right, and then I don't know.
It falls away.
Yeah, I've got no stamina.
Yeah, but listen, mate, you're in the Wanted. Doesn't matter. You can do what you like.
Of course.
Here's a man who wasn't in the Wanted, so he needs it. He needs it more than you do, Max. Olly, 2 wins.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Yeah, delighted, but very surprising. I think it was the round with the double points that did for me.
Yeah, you did it right. And you won a B hotel yesterday.
Oh, I'm so thrilled with that. Thank you. I'm delighted to be taking that home. It will be full by the end of the week.
And remind us what you're the...
I'm the patron of the Bumblebee Conservation Trust. Bumblebees are in strife. They need a lot of support.
Scarlett, there are more prizes to give away today. No Bumblebee hotels, I'm afraid.
No.
But let's take a look at the rest of them. A deck chair, frisbee, sunglasses, fondue set and compost bin. What are you thinking? You film abroad a lot.
It would have to be the sun chair, sun lounge.
Oh, I was going to say the sunglasses. You take the deck chair, it might be quite hard for you to take the deck chair with you as luggage.
Very true. Very true. But I'll somehow make it work.
You'll somehow make it work. Thank you so much. Susie, you've had a win this week. You're under instructions from various members of your family to take prizes home. Anything on that table that's meets the bill?
I'm looking at the deck chair, thinking... Yeah. I mean, I live in a flat, but I know someone who could use the deck chair, and I could then use it.
In a flat in Glasgow?
Yeah. A tenement.
Listen, a
tenement hall.
Exactly. Olly?
I was tempted by the sunglasses, but I think it's fondue all the way. Fondue.
Fondue all the way. What wine goes with the fondue?
Savoy white wine, Savoyard white wine. Delightful.
He's good, Max, isn't he?
Very good.
What would you go for?
Well, I was going to say the frisbee, but following what you've just said.
You're going fondue?
Well, no, my mum mentioned deck chair, actually, so I probably would go for the deck chair, but the frisbee stood out because I was thinking of my dog.
So you're going to win a prize for your mum or for your dog? I hope you win.
Well, me too.
I want to see what happens. I want to bet on it if Max wins. Shall we get on and play Thursday's House of Games? Here we go. Your first round looks a little bit like this. Sorry, wrong number. Fingers on buzzers, please. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. There will be a number in the answer. OK, whatever answer you give me, I'll have a number in it. Before you give me the answer, I want you to do the following. I want you to subtract 4. So give me the answer, but whatever number's in the answer, subtract 4. So here is your first one. US band who had UK top 10 hits with She Will Be Loved and Moves Like Jagger. That is Scarlett.
6.
Is incorrect, I'm afraid. Yes, Max.
Maroon 1.
Maroon 1. Maroon 5. Come to Maroon 1.
I thought I was subtracting 4 from whatever number I saw. That would have been way too easy, wouldn't it?
Oh, my God, that's a very different round.
Yeah.
That is a different round. Here is your next one. Subtract 4 from this, please. Measure of the purest gold. Yes, Max.
20 carat gold.
20 carats. He's 2-0 up.
Wow.
2-0 up.
Amazing scenes.
We've got a regular Erling Haaland here in seat 1. Yeah, 24 carats becomes 20. Subtract 4 from this, please. 1995 Terry Gilliam sci-fi film starring Brad Pitt set in a future world ravaged by a virus. Yes, Susie.
Oh, 1991.
Is incorrect, I'm afraid. Are we just up that end of the studio? Are we just subtracting 4 from the numbers we see in the questions?
Yeah, that's yes.
Olly.
8 monkeys.
8 monkeys. 12 monkeys becomes 8 monkeys. A new sum now. Forget subtracting 4. Now, if there's any number in the answer, would you please Divide by 2.
This is brutal.
Oh my God, dividing by 2?
Okay,
Are you
it's hard.
crazy?
It's hard.
Here we go. 2021 Adele album with the lead single Easy on Me. Yes, Susie.
15.
15? Well played. 30 becomes 15. Nicely done. Divide any number by 2 here, please. UN Climate Change Conference held in Glasgow in November 2021. Yes, Ollie.
COP12.
COP12? It is not, I'm afraid. Yes, Susie.
COP 13.
COP13? Oh, it is. Well done. It's COP26 becomes COP13. Divide any number by 2 here, please. Type of vehicle abbreviated to 4WD. Yes, that's Susie.
A 2-wheel drive.
2-wheel drive. It is a 2-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive becomes 2-wheel drive. Okay, Susie. Forget about dividing by 2. We have an even harder sum for you now, if that's possible.
I mean...
Now, could you please add 10? Add 10. Here's your first one. What is the title, please, of this song?
It wasn't easy.
Susie.
Song 12.
Song 12. Song 2 becoming song 12. Well done. A blur. Next one. 2016 Star Wars film starring Felicity Jones. Yes, Ollie.
Rogue 11.
Rogue 11. It is Rogue 1 becomes Rogue 11. Final question in this round. Singing group comprising Luciano Pavarotti, Placido Domingo, and Jose Carreras. Ollie.
The 13 Tenors.
The 13 Tenors. 130 quid. Absolutely. 3 tenors becomes 13 tenors. End of the question, end of the round. Let's take a look at our first leaderboard of the day. Scarlette, yet to get off the mark. Max, you have 2. Ollie, you've got 3. Susie McCabe in the stand-up seat there. 4 points, our leader. Let's play another one, shall we? Let's play a pairs game. It's going to be... Richard Osman's Spiel. Scarlette, you find yourself in 4th, so you get to choose a partner. Who would you like to play with?
I think I'm going to play with you this time.
Oh, me too.
With Ollie. How about you change it up a little bit?
I'm going to mix it up.
Yeah, why not? So, Ollie and Susie, if you will swap seats, please.
Certainly.
Fine.
Susie and Max are a team.
Sorry.
Scarlette and Ollie are a team. Now, in this round, all of the questions and all the answers, in fact, are in foreign languages.
OK.
OK? Here are your 6 possible categories. Dinero, politique, étroitier, strumenti musicali, mat och druk, or cinema. Susie and Max, do you want to confer and choose a subject?
2?
Yeah.
I mean...
Do you speak any foreign languages?
I'll go... I did German at GCSE.
Same.
I only know cinema out of any of them, but we've probably got more of a chance with what you know.
Go for politique.
Politique.
Go for that.
What language do we think it is, Susie?
Politique.
I'm hoping it's an easy one to read out.
Yes.
We find out.
Aye, go for it.
You have chosen politics in German.
Okay.
German, Max.
OK.
Get in. Here we go. Wer wurde die jüngste amtierende Premierministerin, Alexei 2019, als Finnlands Regierungschefin berechtigt wurde? That's your question, and your 3 answers are Sanna Marin, Jacinda Ardern, Helle Thorning-Schmidt.
Yeah, I think who's the youngest Prime Minister
And it's Sanna Marin.
came into Finland in 2019.
She was out clubbing, wasn't she? She was like 36 or something.
Sanna.
Ah, I think so.
Yeah, all right, go with that.
Are you up with Sanna? Are you happy?
I'm up for, yeah.
Between your GCSE German and your politics knowledge, so you think it's about a young Prime Minister of Finland, you think it's Sanna Marin. What do you think at home? Do you agree, disagree? Have they worked it out? Is it Sanna Marin? It is. Well played. Well played, Max and Susie. Nicely done. You're absolutely right about the question as well. Who became the youngest serving Prime Minister when they were sworn in as Finland's head of government in 2019? Very, very well played. Scarlette, Ollie. Scarlette, you spend your whole time in European countries. Do you speak any other languages?
A little bit of Spanish.
I
Spent a lot of time in Spain. French, just about get by. I would say that's as far as it goes.
Ollie?
I'm currently having French lessons.
Ah.
Yeah. I thought so a bit of French, bit of Spanish.
Well, perhaps one of those is French. What do we think?
Yeah. What do you feel about cinema?
Yeah, we can try it. I would have gone for
What would you gone for?
money, De Niro, but...
De Niro. Oh, I'm happy with that. if you
No,
want.
Yeah.
I think the French.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah, going to go French? Well, let's hope it's French.
Oh, that's
Fingers
true.
crossed.
It might be like Icelandic for cinema. It is French for cinema. And here's your question. Quel acteur joue le rôle d'un détective privé dans le film À couteau tiré de 2019?
So what actor played the role of the private detective in
Yeah.
the film?
Knives Out.
Is it
I think it might be.
Daniel Craig,
My French teacher's going to be pleased.
Jamie Lee Curtis, or Ana de Armas?
Daniel Craig.
You think it's Knives Out?
Knives
We think
Out.
it's Knives Out.
Do you think couteau is knives?
Oh, I hope so. If it's spoons, then we're really in trouble.
Let's find out. Is that the right answer? It's good. You're absolutely right. Knives Out.
You.
Knives Out. Well played, both of you. Everyone covering themselves in glory in this round so far, apart from me. Back to Susie and Max. What do we think next?
I think De Niro,
De Niro.
isn't that Spanish? Should we go with that?
Go for it.
Yeah, we'll go number one.
Happy with Spanish than Italian?
Happier.
Happier. Sí. Vale. It is Spanish for money. You're absolutely right. Here's your question. ¿Cuál era la moneda de Portugal antes de su sustitución por el euro en 2002? Is it marco, escudo, florin? What do we think the question is?
So, what was Portuguese money prior to them joining the euro in 2002?
Oh,
So I think it's.
You know that.
I think it might be the escudo.
Scudo, yeah, I've heard of that.
Escudo?
Yeah.
What do you think at home? Agree or disagree? So you think it's what was the Portuguese currency prior to the euro? Is the answer the escudo? 3 out of 3. How about that? Absolutely bang on about the question as well. What was the currency of Portugal before it was replaced by the euro? This is going brilliantly so far.
Yeah.
Scarlett and Ollie, don't ruin it
Yeah, OK, then.
with this
No
last one.
pressure.
Pressure.
What are we thinking on this list?
I would have to say musical instruments.
Yeah, I think I would agree. I think if you're happy with that, I'm happy with
Yeah.
that.
We're going to go for musical instruments.
Well, you hope
Sorry,
it's musical
we
instruments.
hope it's musical instruments in Italian.
Who knows? I'm so glad you've missed out 3 and 5. It is Italian for musical instruments. You're quite right. And here is your question. La chitarra fa parte di quale gruppo di strumenti?
So it's asking what
And your
group is
answers are
Yes.
cordofoni, a fiato, a percussione.
So what group does this instrument belong to?
Yeah, I
What
think
is
it.
that instrument?
I think maybe it's guitar because that's the only thing I can think
Chitarra,
of. So I would say stringed. Mm-hmm. Cordofini, I would say, is likely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not going to be percussion.
No. Affiato sounds like a test drive. I don't know.
Then should we try it? Let's try it.
I think let's give it a go.
Yeah.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you think it's
Cordophony.
chitarra, might be a guitar.
Possibly.
And you think chord, string.
We're really hoping for that, to be honest, more than
Makes
anything.
sense, doesn't it? Do we agree at home? Let's find out. Is the answer cordofoni? 4 from 4. How about that? Well done. And yeah, the guitar is a member of which group of instruments? Cordofoni is string. Then we had wind, and we had percussion. It's the end of the round. Susie and Ollie, if you will swap back, please. Well played, everyone. That was brilliantly done.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Fine.
Let's take a look at our leaderboards. Some nice scoring going on there. Scarlett, you have 2. Max, you got 4. Ollie with 5. Susie still in the lead with 6. Full marks from that round. Let's play our next round, shall we? It is... Well done if you said that at home. This is a round that our viewers at home help us with. We send them an email. This time we gave them the name of some TV programmes, and they had to send us back 3 words they would associate with those TV programmes, OK? You're now going to see a word cloud of all the words that they mentioned, starting with the really obscure ones that only a couple of people mentioned, and the words will get bigger and bigger and bigger until we can work out what the TV programme is.
OK.
So fingers on buzzers. Which TV programme are our viewers describing here? I say the words will get bigger and bigger and bigger and more obvious. Domestic brouhaha, like the sound of it. Classic cousin. Costume lady. Opulent Susie.
Downton Abbey.
Beginning to look a bit like it. Is it Downton Abbey? It is. Historical aristocrat servants and posh there, right in the middle. Downton Abbey. Point to Susie. Next one. Family, that narrows it down. Bunny and Dodger. Wow, Susie going in very early.
Only Fools and Horses.
Is it Only Fools and Horses? Wow, it's not normally that easy for the first three. Look at that. Plonker, Peckham, Millionaires. Look at how big Chandelier is. Imagine what you sit on. Chandelier is that big. Next one. Eagle, Compass. Staff, sharp talking. Drama, smart drama, administration advisors. Turkey. Elections, America. Yes, Susie.
The West Wing.
Is it the West Wing? She's pretty good at this round.
Really good.
Well done. Somebody wants a deck chair. The next things we did, we sent them the name of some books. And they sent us the 3 words they most associate. But what books are these? Education, class, classic, wealth and fortune, love, jilted, it sounds good, whatever it is. Benefactor, Kent, Victorian, Olly.
Is it Great Expectations?
Great Expectations. Well done, Olly. I mean, you'd read that book, wouldn't you? Look at that.
Oh, yes.
Blacksmith, Graveyard, Convict. Next book. Blue. Tea and Trouble. Escape, Stealing. Hatch. Pitchfork.
No,
Yes,
I already
Scarlett.
know it's not. Sorry. I was going to go with Oliver, but it's not.
Is incorrect, I'm afraid. Classic. Remind me. Yes, Olly.
Peter Rabbit.
Is it Peter Rabbit? It is Taylor Peter Rabbit. Well done. And final one, final book. Lovely, reflective, fantastical adventure. Lost, danger, journey, struggle, water, murder. Circle and storm, zebra. Booker, shipwreck. Boat and tiger, yes, that's Susie.
I'm going to say The Life of Pi, but it's...
The Life of Pi. You've absolutely gutted Max there with Life
Get in.
The Life
Too
of
quick.
Pi.
So nearly.
Thank you so much to everyone at home for giving us those clues. Well played, everybody here. Let's look at the leaderboard. Good round for Olly and for Susie there. Max with 4, Scarlett with 2, Olly with 7. Susie McCabe, 3-point lead on 10. How about that? Olly's won 2, Susie's won 1. Is she going to win 2? Let's find out, shall we, as we play our next round, which is... And the answer isn't. I'm going to ask you each a question, give you 4 possible answers. One of those answers is correct. The others were written by your opponents before the show started. OK, Max, I have a question for you. In the 19th century, what did Antoine Gibus create for use at the opera? Now, one of these answers will be real. The others were written by Olly, Scarlett and Susie to try and fool you. If you get the real one, you'll get a point. If you choose one of theirs, you'll give them the point. Was it popcorn, a wrist fan, a collapsible top hat, or 3D opera glasses? One of those is the correct answer.
Well, I'm going to say 3D opera glasses just because 19th century, the creation of them. I can't imagine that popcorn was created for use at the opera.
Doesn't seem right, does it?
And a wrist fan and... No, 3D opera glasses.
3D opera glasses. You going for that? What do you think at home on this one? Feels to me like opera might already be in 3D.
Oh, my God, I'm thinking of the cinema, yeah.
Let's take a look.
Definitely thinking of the cinema, aren't I?
Is it 3D opera glasses? It's not, so you're giving a point away. What was the correct answer? Collapsible top hat, I suppose, for
people
if you're sitting in front of people, yeah.
So I was just thinking of the cinema.
Yeah, so you've given a point away. Who wrote 3D opera glasses? Who scored a point? Olly.
Sorry, mate.
Olly,
I told you, I'd move you up if you were
Yeah,
behind.
cheers.
Yeah. Yeah. Popcorn was Susie, and a wrist fan was Scarlette.
Totally, yeah. I was convinced by wrist fan.
Yeah, that sounded good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Olly, I have a question for you, and it is this. What is the title of the third sequel to the comedy horror film Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, following Return of the Killer Tomatoes and Killer Tomatoes Strike Back? OK, a correct answer here, and 3 made up by your opponents.
OK.
Is it Killer Tomatoes Eat France?
Brilliant.
Killer Tomatoes Replanted? Killer Tomatoes Attack Again? Or Killer Tomatoes on Bikes? Good fake answers.
I
everybody.
really
Well played.
salute all of you, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I'd like to watch all those movies. I think it's unlikely to be as specific as Killer Tomatoes Eat France. I just...
We'd have heard it on the news, right?
Possibly. Killer Tomatoes on Bikes, I love, but I'm not sure how they would ride bikes. Killer Tomatoes Replanted, I love, but I'm not sure. It feels a bit horticultural. So I'm going to go with Killer Tomatoes Attack Again.
Killer Tomatoes Attack Again. What do you think? Do you think Olly's got a point here, or is he giving a point away? Is the answer Killer Tomatoes Attack Again? It is not. What was the correct answer? Killer Tomatoes Eat
way!
France.
Oh, I really want to watch it.
Wow, we've got to see that.
Oh, come on.
Killer
That's
Tomatoes
amazing.
Eat France. Olly, you've given a point away. Who have you given a point to? Who wrote Killer Tomatoes Attack Again? Scarlette gets a point. Well done, Scarlette. Killer Tomatoes Replanted was Max, and Killer Tomatoes on Bikes. That would have fooled a few
Nice.
people, Susie. Scarlett, a point for you there, and it's your question.
OK.
Answer me this, please. Before the first flight with a human crew, what 3 things did the Montgolfier brothers transport using their experimental hot air balloon?
OK.
Did they transport a monkey, a rose, and 60 ants? Was it a sheep, a duck, and a cockerel? Was it bread, milk, and butter? Or was it an elephant, a palm tree, and some feathers?
I'm not sure an elephant will stay up in the air in a hot air balloon.
It's a big hot air balloon. Might be in a little baby elephant, I suppose.
Could have been. I'd like to think bread, milk and butter, but I'm going to try a sheep, a duck and a cockerel.
Sheep, a duck, and a cockerel.
Yeah.
What are you going to go for at home? Do you agree with Scarlett? Disagree? Let's find out. Has Scarlett scored a point or given a point away? Is the answer a sheep, a duck, and a cockerel? It is, Scarlett. Well played. Very nicely done. A monkey, a rose, and 60 ants. Olly. Bread, milk, and butter. That was Susie. And an elephant, a palm tree, and some feathers. It's a funny answer.
Clutching at that
The
one.
elephant is doing, yeah, I was going to say it's doing some heavy lifting. It's doing the exact opposite of whatever heavy
The
lifting is
ultimate
doing.
test, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Susie, final question in this round, and it goes to you. In the Great British Bake Off musical, which opened in the West End in 2023, what are the names of the characters inspired by Paul Hollywood and Prue Leith? Is it Take Me to Bed-Eyed Bob and Saucy Minx? Is it Rule Thorogood and Ruth Keith? Is it Saul Angeles and Fig Sheen? Or is it Phil Hollinghurst and Pam Lee?
Right, I don't think it's Saul Angeles and Fig Sheen. Raoul Thorogood. No, that's too difficult to say on a stage continually. Take Me to Bed-Eyed Bob and Saucy Minx. It's not really the vision of the Great British Bake Off that we have, is it? So I'm going to go for Phil Hollinghurst and Pam Lee.
Going for Phil Hollinghurst and Pam Lee. What do you reckon at home? I would not be able to call this one. It's a tricky one. Has Susie scored a point? Is it Phil Hollinghurst and Pam Lee? It is. Well done.
Bravo.
Just nicely played. Take Me to Bed-Eyed Bob was... Max. Have you ever written a musical, Max?
Well,
You should do.
songs.
Yeah. Rule Thorogood and Ruth Keith was Scarlett. And thank you, Olly. I'll be taking both of those. Saul Angeles and Fig Sheen. The round ends there. Let's take a look at our leaderboards. Max and Scarlett, you have 4 points each. Olly, you got 8. 3-point lead, Susie McCabe. How about that? 3-point lead. You can smell the deck chair.
Well, this is where it all goes downhill, though.
What was the other thing you wanted other than the deck chair?
Although I quite like the fondue set.
Yeah. Well, listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No.
Should we play Answer Smash? OK, here we go. Fingers on, buzzers, please. A point for a correct answer, point off for an incorrect answer. Your first category is singers. Here's your first one. The confection Millionaire Shortbread typically has a layer of what sweet substance beneath the chocolate topping? Susie.
Caramel C.
Caramel C? It is. Caramel and Mel C. Let's clue next picture. Santiago is the capital of which country in South America? Olly.
Chiliona Lewis.
Chiliona Lewis? It is Chiliona Lewis. Chiliona Lewis. Let's clue next picture. Who starred opposite Richard Burton in the films Cleopatra, The Taming of the Shrew, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Yes, Susie.
Elizabeth Taylor Swift.
Elizabeth Taylor Swift. Correct. Elizabeth Taylor Swift. Elizabeth Taylor Swift. Next category. Medical equipment will be your pictures. The title of which James Bond film starring Pierce Brosnan is also the name of a type of duck? Yes, Scarlett.
Golden eye patch.
Golden eye patch? It is. Golden eye and eye patch. Golden eye patch. Let's clue next picture. What was the nickname of Harry Lonabar, the outlaw who teamed up with Butch Cassidy? Yes, Susie.
Sundance kidney dish.
Absolutely. Sundance kidney dish we were looking for. Next clue, next picture. Which band that performs live with Bruce Springsteen was featured on the 1984 album Born in the USA? Yes, Olly.
The E Street Bandages.
It is the E Street Band and Bandages. Well done, Olly. Any more for any more? Lovely. Thursday is done. I think we know who's won as well. On Monday, it was Olly. On Tuesday, it was Susie. On Wednesday, it was Olly. On Thursday, it's Susie McCabe. One more time, 14 points, Susie. How about that? Now, what are we thinking about this prize? Do you love a fondue set or a deck chair more?
I'm going to go fondue set.
Yeah. Fondue set.
Yeah.
Susie McCabe wins the House of Games fondue set. Well done, Susie. 1 day to go. With double points Friday. So there's 8 points for a win tomorrow, 6 for second, 4 for third, 2 for last. Should we look at the leaderboard, the weekly leaderboard? Max there with 5. Scarlett, you have 8. Susie and Olly absolutely neck and neck with 14 points each. Whoever wins tomorrow is going to take that trophy, I suspect. Shall we do it tomorrow?
Yes.
Look forward to seeing you all here very much for the final. We'll see you for the final as well on the House of Games.
One step closer to diabetes. I love it, though.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's so nice.
Very cool.